He once oversaw a multi-billion-dollar retailer and an iconic American mall staple that helped outfit a generation. But it is his other alleged enterprise that has him facing a life sentence in federal prison. 80-year-old former Abercrombie Fitch CEO Michael Jeffries is charged, along with two other men, with running an international sex trafficking and prostitution ring while at the company's helm. If you're thinking about letting your kid pursue a career in modeling, read the indictment first. It alleges that Jeffrey, his romantic partner Matt Smith, and his employee James Jacobson recruited young men from around the world from 2008 to 2015 on the promise of giving them modeling jobs at the store. Instead, the indictment says the alleged victims were forced to participate in drug-fueled sex parties in the U.S. and around the world. Sex has long been a major part of Abercrombie & Fitch's preppy, all-American image. During Jeffrey's tenure, provocative ads showed muscular men with more skin than clothes that the brand was selling. The half-naked models stood outside the stores, all in the name of attracting teenagers. And it worked. For many years, Abercrombie & Fitch was wildly popular among young people who would line up for hours just to take photos with the models and to get into those stores. Today, the man who leaned into the old adage that sex sells faced a judge to answer those federal sex trafficking and prostitution charges. NewsNation's senior correspondent Laura Ingle is live at the courthouse on Long Island with more on today's arraignment. Laura, they had to come up from Florida, right? They were arrested in Florida to come to New York and appear?
That's right. And two of the men were here. Michael Jeffries, of course, all eyes on him, the former CEO. He appeared here inside of a federal courtroom to hear the 16 charges against him, one for sex trafficking and 15 others for interstate prostitution charges. Now, his wife and his adult son were both in the courtroom as well, and they were actually the ones that put up the $10 million bond to keep him out on house arrest. He, of course, is going to have to come back, and these are, of course, very serious and lurid charges that are against him. He pled not guilty. He should be back here on December 12th. The judge in the case sternly warned Jeffries during this court appearance that he would be putting his family at financial risk if he does not show up for that next court appearance, and said that his family home that was put up for collateral will go into foreclosure if he doesn't appear. The scalding indictment against Jeffries, his romantic partner Matthew Smith, and alleged middleman James Jacobson accuses the trio of luring at least 15 young male aspiring models to these sex parties we've been hearing about all over the world, accusing Jeffries and Smith of sexually abusing them with promises of modeling opportunities at the popular Abercrombie & Fitch brand. And the details in the indictment are absolutely stunning. Prosecutors say Jacobson would have the alleged victims first perform sex acts on him to, quote, test them out for Jeffries and Smith. That's the clean version I can tell you about. One woman who claimed to be a former employee of Jeffries was here in court to see the charges read aloud and told reporters that she was fired in 2006 and is putting all of the pieces of her own story together now after hearing all of the allegations against her former boss. Take a listen.
I was fired in 2006, abruptly, being one of his more favorite employees. It was a shock, and I never really understood what it was about, but I'm starting to understand what it's about.
Do you think he found out that you knew, and that's why he let you go?
I'm just starting to put the connections together.
Yeah, Jeffries left Abercrombie & Fitch in 2014, and just last year, the company hired an outside law firm to conduct an independent investigation into similar allegations against Jeffries. Now, Jeffries and Smith allegedly poured millions of dollars into this sex trafficking scheme that prosecutors say took place, Elizabeth, between 2008 and 2015.
Wow. Yeah, that indictment, it's beyond disturbing. Laura Ingle, thanks for reporting on that development today. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.